And this is how you win the election. You bring out the first this and that and everything. And she's the first woman of color who has five, size 7-inch fucking feet. Oh my God. Hey, Johnny, just like magic. She's going to be the first one whose index finger is longer than her middle finger. Oh my God. It's the first ever. Good morning, you bunch of CUNTs. This is the hamster. 6 minutes late, but better late than never, don't you think? Of course you do. Yeah. Well, hey, I was trying to recreate the little flight thing to Austin that we did yesterday. Now, I don't know, maybe Google, like with magic, they don't let you get near downtown Austin with an air. I don't know. I got near downtown and the thing locked up again, so I don't know what's going on. It's free, and let's have a beer. Oh yeah. So, got quite a kerfuffle, don't we? Did he say kerfuffle? Oh my God, he's drunk already. No. Actually went to bed early, and I'm refreshed, and I'm ready to go, boys. Gotta get the beer cans out to the recycling bin. I gotta make me some food and do videos, because that's what I do. That's what I do. That's all I do. Oh my God, he's a loser. Look at him. He's evil. Good morning, all. Mr. Hemi 4-Speed. It is time to wake and bake. Go for it. Lanny's here. Tom Laundry is in the building. Hello, you guys. I know Brandon Trueblood is streaming at the moment. But I have an agenda. And, just got to do what you got to do, right? So, lots of news. You guys have all heard it. No reason to beat the dead horse, but Vice President Harris running for she's obviously the nominee. Hope you people who didn't want Biden and voted against him in the primary are happy. You're happy now because Bernie Bros, what are you doing? Yeah, I know. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. She is the nominee. The DNC said thus and shall, and it had to be written in a... And so she is. Now, as I said yesterday, you probably didn't hear it. I think this is not a chip shot for Trump. I think she can be very, very dangerous. She could potentially win this thing, and even without that much cheating. Let's be honest here, because what's her message? Abortion. That's what her message is. Son of a bitch. Rusty Rivers is here. Hello, Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch Monster. Coming to you live from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Oh, yeah. You haven't walked across the Mississippi like I have, Mr. Captain Crunch. I did, man. I'm a Superman. That's what I am. Fucking A, I am. Anyway, let's talk about politics for a minute. So we got Harris running, and she's going to be the first ever and the biggest thing since, and blah, fucking blah, right? Yeah, we all heard it. I mean, is it really a surprise? Who cares? She is the best ever, and she wasn't the border czar, but she was the border czar. Erase that from fucking history. No, she didn't have anything to do with it. It was the evil Donald Trump who, forced her to do. And then, die. Morning, Willi Jürgen. Ja, guten Tag, guten Morgen. Ja, from Deutschland. Oh, God help us. Well, I mean, God came in and deflected a bullet just enough in Pennsylvania a couple of weeks ago so that Trump is still with us and still running for president. Let's not forget that. And that's a whole fucking debate. Have you been paying attention to that? Go danbongino.com. Go listen to what he has to say. He knows this shit like the back of his hand. And he's like, what the hell happened? I think everybody is reasonably, it's not some serious. It's not Alex Jones and frogs getting blah, 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 right? This is serious. Somebody effed up. Now, I'm not saying the agents on the ground that protected the president, they probably were just doing their job, and they did it fairly well, right? They, took care of business. There's a lot of questions, though. If there's a threat, why did they let the president go out on the freaking podium to begin with? I mean, Bongino covers it all. So if you're interested in that, you want to hear him. He was a spook, right? He was the Secret Service protecting the president detail. So Gone with John is here. Hello. Nothing's sacred. Oh my God, no. No, we know Gone with John's going to be standing in line to vote early and often for Kamala Harris, right? Except don't pronounce her name wrong, because apparently that's racist. And that means you're evil white mean patriarchy. Oh, it never ends. It never. Just like magic. BF666 BF. Hello. Well, I was listening to a lot of that. And obviously, Mr. Trump hasn't exactly been a fucking choir boy at church, has he? So I think that, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go to this video here quick. Then we'll go through some other stuff, because, J.D. Vance is a Nazi. Did you know that? You didn't hear that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh my God. Vance is a Nazi. He's got triple K stuff in his closet, freshly freshly laundered hoods. Same old shit. They're trying to, of course, go for Vance. Why wouldn't they? Because what more can you say about Trump? I mean, he's been discussed for, he's lived rent-free in these people's heads for, what, 20 years, not 20 years, 10 years? 10 years, at least 10 years. Yeah, probably longer than that. So they got to dig up some shit about Vance. We'll get to that here in a minute. But here is the Vice President Harris, and I don't even want to say her first name because oh my God, Hitler. Yeah. She's talking about, what is she talking about here? Some shit. I don't know. That's the wrong one. I'm not even sharing that one. Oh, I'm sharing this one. Okay. It says, Vice President Harris, word salads leave social media users unburdened by what has been. Now listen to what she has to say here, guys. And we'll discuss it afterwards. Go ahead, Madam VP.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Oh.
What can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be. But there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been. Remember Venn diagrams, those three circles?
Venn diagram.
Right? And then let's just see where they overlap. You will not.
Excuse me. I vote Republican. What the fuck you mean a Venn diagram? My God. That's above my pay grade, babe. And I'm certain it's above 90% of your voters, babe. Oh my God. So evil.
Be surprised, because I have constructed a Venn diagram on this. Remember those three circles, how they overlap? I love Venn diagrams. So I just
did it hurt when you drew it?
Dude, whenever you're dealing with conflict, pull out a Venn diagram, right? And so, the three circles. Ukraine is.
What'd she say, Mabel? I don't know, but she loves abortion. I don't give a shit. Oh my God. Let me see here. Mabel, I got my Venn diagram. Bunch of circles and shit. Okay, great. Where can I vote? Oh my God.
A country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
I am Kamala Harris.
That's good. Yeah. Good. I guess it's good to know she recognizes that, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of a bad idea. Probably shouldn't have done that. Putin, you evil man, you. I got to clear my throat here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Willie. It's the only thing. That's it.
Harris, my pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the...
You know, I thought that whole pronoun thing just kind of quietly whimpered out and died. Although there are some people at work who say, my pronoun, like on their, work bio, I'm John Johnson and my pronouns are, oh my God. Okay. So what'd you guys get out of that? Anything, especially at the beginning? Let me play it again. Listen carefully.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be, but there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been. Remember Venn diagrams, those 3 circles?
Yeah, okay. All right. So Kamala Harris said right there, we need to be unburdened by what has been and look to the future, to paraphrase, right? Okay, well, I mean, that seems on the surface to be, oh, yeah. The way I interpret that is, yeah, there's bad shit that happened in the past, but let's look to the future. Let's not be burdened with that stuff, right? I will goddamn guarantee you she will constantly bring up, well, women back in the so-and-sos couldn't get a checking account. Well, women back in the so-and-sos couldn't get a job. Women back in the so-and-sos couldn't get a degree at the college. Well, black people were slaves. And up until the 60s, they didn't have the civil rights. Yeah, you're not wrong, Vice President Harris. But you just said, let's not be burdened by the past. There was a time when women couldn't choose their reproductive rights. Excuse me. Didn't we just agree that, yeah, the past, we're not going to burden ourselves with that anymore? Did we not? So it's again, it's word salad. Venn diagrams, like you're talking to, the cat ladies that are going to vote for you. They don't know what a Venn diagram is. All they know is Judith Butler and some radical feminist nonsense they learned in college because they're oppressed and shit. Okay. I'm just evil. How could you be this way? Okay. So there we got the word salad. Let's go see her rally in Wisconsin. Let's see here. Stop. I better just stop sharing. I don't know where the hell I'm at. Okay, we'll do this one here. All right, go. I'll share this one. Hold on. Baby, hold on. Listen, that discusses, she's going to talk about abortion. What a fucking surprise, guy, isn't it? See, the one thing they cannot live with, they cannot accept, is any restrictions on the stupid behavior of women, and whatever they do, there should be no consequences for it, right? But you're evil. Why do you hate women? I don't hate women. I love women. I hate feminism and the cancer, the toxic cancer that it is. Let's go see what K-View out of Austin, Texas.
Vice President Kamala Harris hit the campaign trail in battleground state Wisconsin yesterday. It was her first rally since President Biden dropped out of the presidential race. Harris now has enough delegates to become the
millions of people there.
Democratic presidential nominee.
And as I said, guys, do not underestimate this woman. Do not underestimate the Democrat Party. Oh, she's a cackling witch. She's at this. And she's all confused all the time. As I mentioned yesterday, and I'll keep saying it, there are $1 million a year people, a bunch of them right now traveling with the vice president all the time, telling her how to do this. We remember what was it, 2020 when she ran? I don't remember, but a few years ago. She was pretty awful, right? Just really didn't connect. It was sort of like, yeah, I'm here because I want the power, but I don't really care. There are $1 million a year people right now in her plane, her campaign plane or whatever, her bus, who knows. However she's traveling around. They're instructing her every waking fucking moment. Excuse me, Madam Vice President, do not do this. Let me show you. Let's do a little air check here. You see this? Tell me how that looks to you. How do you interpret that? Might not even be her. Might be Trump. Might be just some, who knows, politician. What does that look like to you, Madam Vice President? Well, God, I don't know. It kind of looks weird. Exactly. What you need to do, everything you say should be about getting a vote. So if you're talking about your dog took a shit in your living room, and I'm just like you, I'm just a regular old American. You're not a regular old American, so don't even fucking try it. You're the Vice President of the United States. It's a different freaking stratosphere, right? Look at these tapes. Instead of this, say that. Instead of this smile and this cackle, do this. You need to look presidential to get elected. They are spending millions and millions of dollars getting her into shape here. Guaranteed. So this is not going to be a chip shot for Trump. Go ahead.
Her message yesterday focused in on threats to abortion access and aiming at former President Donald Trump.
Okay.
We who believe in reproductive freedom.
Oh, there she put on that. We who believe in the reproductive freedom. Yeah, okay. All right.
Who believe in.
Apparently they didn't get her out of that habit.
Reproductive freedom. Will stop Donald Trump's extreme abortion bans because.
Of course, she's fucking lying. I mean, it's again, just like magic. Donald Trump says, here, this is the thing. It's up to the states. That's all I have to say about it. They will take that and turn it into Donald Trump wants to ban abortion, which the Supreme Court just said the federal government had nothing to do with it because it ain't in the Constitution. Got it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So she just has to become a better liar. I guess her minions, her believers, her cult followers, her Kool-Aid drinkers believe this bullshit. It's not true. That doesn't matter because they don't know. They're fed a steady diet of bullshit. Expecting them to figure it out.
Freedom will stop Donald Trump's extreme abortion bans because we trust women to make decisions about their own body and not have their government tell them what to do.
That's exactly what Trump said. Not exactly. He said the federal government, the states, and the people in the states get to vote on it. Doesn't matter, guys. Doesn't matter. It's amazing. Really amazing.
Former President Trump took a press call with reporters taking aim at Harris. Trump continues to bring illegal immigration at the southern border to the forefront, now linking Harris to the Biden administration's policies.
She's the same as Biden, but much more radical.
During the call, the former president said he wants to debate Vice President Harris, but did not commit to appearing at the next debate in September on ABC. He says he wants a different network to air the debate.
Of course, he wants Fox. Oh my God, he's evil. Look at him. Stop it. Yep. And now every other ad I get on YouTube is, won't you just pitch in $10? actblue.com. Yeah. Can I give you more? Because that'd be better, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Yeah, all right. So let's do the JD Vance thing. My nose is running. I don't know. It's like magic. So Vance is taking a ration of shit because, of course, he's speaking mostly the truth. Have you heard this clip? Let's play it first, then we'll comment.
This is igniting a firestorm for once calling citizens without children childless cat ladies.
That's not exactly what he said. But go ahead.
Effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. If you look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children.
Vance made the comments in 2021 when Tucker Carlson was a Fox News personality.
Well, let's listen to it again. I don't want to give him the short end of the stick.
Don't mess with the cat ladies. A comment made by Donald Trump's running mate J.D. Vance has struck a nerve across the country. Comment made by Donald Trump's running mate J.D. Vance has struck a nerve across the country. He once called Kamala Harris and other politicians childless cat ladies.
The boxed wine and cat brigade comment Vice President Harris's, oh my God, you even, and of course Whoopi on The View lost her fucking mind. Wow, there are some women that they want children and they can't have. What are you going to do with someone? In a minute. We all know what he is referring to here. And there's proof to back up his claim. Go on.
Now, women who have cats and no kids are hitting back, including Jennifer Aniston and a lot of Swifties. As Amber Cogliano reports, the claws are definitely out.
She obviously is trying to be funny. Yeah, that's cute. But does anyone give a fuck what Taylor Swift has to say or Jennifer Aniston? Who gives a shit? Everybody has their own opinion. Taylor Swift has hers, and Jennifer Aniston has hers, and I don't care. See the differences. In case you haven't noticed, I think you guys have figured this out already, right? We agree that people can have different opinions, might not agree with your opinion, but hey, have it. See, that's not the way they look at it from our standpoint, from their standpoint, rather, looking at us. Our opinions are not only wrong, they shouldn't be allowed.
Republican Veep candidate J.D. Vance is igniting a firestorm for once calling citizens without children childless cat ladies.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies.
Okay, did you see the ledger domain? The verbal ledger domain. Let's try it again.
Republican Veep candidate J.D. Vance is igniting a firestorm for once calling citizens without children childless cat ladies.
Nope. It's not what he said.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. If you look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of if you look at their own lives,
childless cat ladies.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are
the Democrat Party, in my opinion, the current iteration of the Democrat Party is indeed run by childless cat ladies, feminists, unhappy people. Oh my God, not all of them, because some of them are. One of their biggest constituencies, the Democrats, are single women, not married women, maybe single mothers. They have children, single women, batshit crazy. Single women, as Scott Adams, the Dilbert guy, has to say. And so J.D. Vance is not 100% off. Now, it's probably a tactless thing to say. Could say something about, instead of childless cat women, you could say something like, basically the Democratic Party is run by single women. Perfectly acceptable, because it is. That's who is voting for these people. But go ahead.
Who are miserable at their own lives and the choices.
Yeah. I'm 39 and holding.
That they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. If you look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children.
Vance made the comment.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and apologize for Senator Vance. He's a big boy. He knows what he said, and he can defend himself. Okay? Please don't take that angle at me. Oh, you're trying to defend. I'm not saying shit. I'm just saying what he said is not what he was reported to said, sort of, kind of in a way.
In 2021, when Tucker Carlson was a Fox News personality, the video has just resurfaced.
There are people who have chosen not to have children.
It's fucking Whoopi. Weren't we all hoping? It's almost like leprechaun magic. Go on, Whoopi.
Whatever reason. There are people who want to have children who cannot. How dare you?
Yeah. I am hearing from so many girlfriends.
Yeah, there are people with only one leg that would like to be marathon runners. What's your fucking point? I would like to be it's a lot of things.
Lifelong Republicans that are so offended.
Even Jennifer Aniston is offended in a rare political statement she posted. I truly can't believe that this is coming from a potential VP of the United States.
Okay, we're playing the name game here, or the pronoun. I can't believe that this. What exactly is this, Jenny? Tell us what this is.
The 55-year-old actress, who has been open about her past struggles with fertility, spoke directly to Vance. I pray that your daughter is fortunate enough to bear children of her own one day.
If you want kids, hey, good for you.
Spoke with 31-year-old Lauren Shake and her 2 cats.
What was your reaction to J.D. Vance's resurfaced comments?
A little bit of shock and a little bit of annoyance that's
okay. Wait. Let's see if they do the obvious thing. Are they going to ask for whom this childless cat lady is going to vote for? Do you think they're going to do that? Thus, to prove Vance's point.
I spoke with 31-year-old Lauren Shake and her 2 cats.
What was your reaction to J.D. Vance's resurfaced comments?
a little bit of shock and a little bit of annoyance that's still the commentary and has been the commentary about women who have cats or animals in general, that if you don't have kids and you have animals, you must be miserable and you can't, do everything.
I spoke with CBS News senior White House correspondent.
Well, did the reporter ask her? So you're still going to vote for Vance, though, right? Or do we know whom she's voting for?
What was your reaction to J.D. Vance's resurfaced comments?
A little bit of shock and a little bit of annoyance that's still the commentary and has been the commentary about women who have cats or animals in general. That
no, it's not. It's not commentary. It's truth. It's truth, babe. If it ain't cats or dogs, it's plants or something else. It seems like there might be something missing in your life. He's a Nazi.
If you don't have kids and you have animals, you must be miserable and you can't, do everything.
I spoke with CBS News senior White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe.
Do we know how this particular clip resurfaced?
It's all part of what we call opposition research.
No shit. Wow. Well, thank you, Ed O'Keefe.
And either side goes back and finds interviews that were conducted either on the air or in print by the various candidates.
Except if you're a Democrat. Then we don't do any of that.
Harris, who is campaigning in Houston today, has 2 stepchildren, Cole and Ella, with second gentleman Doug Emhoff. Ella is speaking out. How can you be childless when you have cutie pie kids like Cole and I?
Who said nobody is talking about the vice president? Nobody's talking. It's the supporters of the Democrat Party at this point. Where's your proof, hamster? Where is your proof? We'll get to that in a minute.
I
never heard of
people
Melanie
understand
King?
the source of most current ideologies.
Melanie
and what this course is going to show us is where they originated
Bum, ba,
and how
ba.
they took control of our society. You'll see the changes that have taken place in America, the ideas that are responsible for those changes, and how we as Americans can challenge those ideas and reclaim our American.
And like magic.
Bring you a video. I did this review quite some months back. It may have been, I don't think it's been a year, but this is basically explaining what is going on globally with the political divide between men and women, and why women are leaning left and men are leaning right. And
and Melanie King, her channel is huge, so go check her out. Sean Yu, leftover women in China. I'm sure they have lots of cats. And by the way, that cat lady with 2 cats, you got nothing. I had like 12. Get out of here. You can't even do that right. I'm telling you.
Last night there was on Twitter, there was a call there. I kept seeing white women was trending, and I couldn't understand why. So I checked it out, and it seems as though there was a Zoom call. Like if you've heard about, there was a Zoom call of 40,000 black women, and then a Zoom call of 20,000 black men. I can't, these.
That sounds like a lot of people zooming. Somebody's getting zoom. Oh my God. Anyway, I'll blast ahead of this intro here. Let's see what this guy has to say here. All right, go ahead.
Look at the Financial Times, which apparently illustrates the growing political divide between young men and women in several developed countries. And it's triggered a furious row on social media, with the right blaming the new gender gap on what they see as excesses of identity politics and modern feminism, and the left blaming it on what they see as
and kitty cats. So they're blaming the the women going left. And again, there's a lot here to question. Which women are they talking to? Are they talking to married women? Single women? Single women. They won't tell you that, but that's what they're talking about.
Toxic masculinity and
the single women that don't have cats.
Reactive anti-feminist misogyny. So in this video, we thought we'd take a look at the growing gender gap and the data behind it, some of its potential repercussions, and finally offer some tentative explanations for what might be causing it.
No, it's interesting. If you were anti-communist or anti-Hitler, anti-Nazi, you'd be praised. But if you're anti-feminism, which is Nazism and communism in a different outfit, you're an evil toxic man.
40 passes?
Check.
Got it?
Hits?
Got it?
Check.
Okay.
Do we get upgraded?
Let me check. Yep.
Just checking on you. Life awaits. American checks all the right boxes to get you
American
there.
Airlines. We're American Airlines. Doing what we do best. Okay. Here we go.
Now, the first thing we need to say is that while we're obviously grateful to John Byrne Murdoch for drawing attention to the phenomenon, the Financial Times aren't the first to notice that women are becoming more liberal than men. The so-called gender gap was first observed in the late 90s and early 2000s, when academics started noticing that men were no longer more left-wing than women. Yeah, you heard that right.
Again, this guy he's interchangeably using words that make no sense anymore. Now, when you say men from the 40s till the 80s or whatever were more Democrat, you'd probably be right with respect to unions, because, the Democrats are more the party of the union, working men, factories, auto workers, and stuff like that. But they're not that way anymore, though. So he's interchangeably, he's trying to swap words in that don't make any sense anymore. So it's not that men have become more liberal. It's that the Democrats have moved away from supporting the union working man and woman. But what do I know? I'm just a friggin' ham.
It might be hard to believe today. Until the 80s and 90s, men tended to be more left-wing than women.
No.
In the US, for example, women historically voted Republican, but started moving towards the Democrats from the 1980 election onwards. In fact, you can kind of...
Excuse me. Of course, he's conflating women and single women, right? You think it was single women who defeated the Equal Rights Amendment was with Phyllis Schlafly from St. Louis? You think it was single women or married women? It was married women. So when he says women voted more Republican, probably because more married women were around than single women. You know what I'm saying? Now we got a whole different ball game. But God,
see this in the FT graph, where the blue line starts off slightly higher than the red one, while in the UK,
I wonder if that tracks married compared to single women. I bet if we went and looked at the data, that's because there were more married women in 1980 than there are today. It's true, is it?
Young women suddenly...
It's like magic.
Veered towards Labour at the 1992 election, while young men did the opposite. This gender gap, where men were more liberal than women, and which lasted from the end of World War II until the 80s.
Men wanted the support of the Democrats for unions. You stupid little child.
Is known in the literature as the traditional gender gap.
God.
Conversely, the gender gap we see today, where women are more liberal than men, is known as the modern gender gap. But while the modern gender gap has existed for the past 30 years or so, that piece in the FT suggests that it's widened significantly in the past few years with Gen Z. Now, because much of the data involved essentially uses party affiliation as a proxy for ideology, it's hard to say whether this is because young women are getting more liberal or young men are getting more conservative.
Or are we counting only single young women? Are we counting also married young women? It's useless. Basically, it's not that it's bullshit, but I think it's being arranged in a way to blah blah blah. Not you're a Nazi. That's all that matters. Anyway, that was fun. I'm going to refresh my beer. We might do some more later. Okay, so I'll try to put links in the description, but I'm fucking lazy. So anyway, go abortion, go single cat ladies who indeed are controlling the direction of the Democrat Party. There's absolutely no question about that. Yeah, hamster. See you later. Bye.